Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Saturday. Okay, guys, we're back to talk about the fact that Dolores is saying Bravo is not happy with the Real Housewives in New Jersey cast, and Teresa is claiming that Tamara Judge is always going after her. She doesn't understand why. Plus, there's more about Danielle Cabral and Jennifer Aiden, so we're going to get into all of it. But before we do, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And I say, let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys, we're starting right here with Dolores of it all, because thank you to Reality Blurb. She addressed the future of New Jersey Housewives and dished on what didn't air in the past seasons. She also revealed that the Bravo network was upset with the cast over some off-camera drama. So on the latest season of The Real Housewives in New Jersey, the cast was constantly divided, so a traditional reunion was scrapped. But Dolores has stayed neutral. She's remained friends with both teams, and the show's now on hiatus, and a report revealed the cast shakeup is inevitable, if it even comes back. NBC is going to shake things up with us, is what Dolores said on the Trading Secrets podcast, referencing NBC Universal. She said, there was some stuff off camera that they weren't happy about, and it just got too ugly at the moment. And I think it got so hot, it needs to cool down. I don't know what the fate of the show is, but you never know from year to year whether you're going to be signed up again. Now, while Dolores didn't mention the exact incidents that made the network upset, Margaret Josephs recently revealed that she filed a police report against Teresa Giudice's husband, Louis Ruelas, for harassment after she claimed Louis allegedly started a smear campaign against her brand deal with Walmart. Margaret also said she went to the cops after Louis allegedly contacted her son at his job and threatened him. Every year I tell myself I'm fired, so if I have a job, I'm excited. Dolores said that if she didn't get asked back to the show, she maybe would go back to being a surgical assistant, but she doubts it because it was hard. Now, she said, however, that she's interested in the beauty industry and she's been working with New Beauty magazine. Dolores then added that certain parts never made it on the show in previous seasons, like when Paterson, New Jersey awarded her a key to the city, though it was filmed. They cut so much of my family out and my background. They only started showing my work with the shelter after I was on for like 5 years. And every time they called me for something with production, I'd be at the shelter. Now, Dolores said that she told castmates a year ago to stop the behavior that was pushing the network to a breaking point. She said, I saw it coming, suggesting that even production doesn't know if the show will return. They said, well, talk to you next year. It didn't work out good for the Real Housewives in New York. They didn't get called, and maybe from some divine intervention, something good will happen. But she's putting into the universe that the show will return stronger than ever. Yeah, well, I mean, some of the off-camera stuff that they're talking about, I think it was a lot of the housewives doing interviews that they weren't supposed to be doing. I think it was a lot of the social media. I think it was the leaking storylines, leaking screeners, things that the network could not control at a certain point, which obviously becomes problematic because they spend millions of dollars in making these shows, millions of dollars in order to deliver a big bang, something that we don't see coming, because that's what gets the ratings. And then when you start sharing all of these things, it becomes sort of a problem, because then a lot of people are like, we already know what the ending of this movie is. We don't want to watch. What's the point of us watching if we already know? I always say to get context, but not everybody feels that way. So there's that. But moving on. Season 14 of The Real Housewives in New Jersey, again, it's come to an end, but now the cast and fans are awaiting hints about what to expect from the show moving forward. Danielle Cabral is now opening up about how the season ended and sharing how she felt about the body shaming comments that were made on the show toward her husband, Nate Cabral. As fans know, the season ended with the non-traditional reunion, and that was obviously instead of sitting down with Andy Cohen. But recently, Danielle sat down with Page Six, and she discussed the Party Like a Housewife live events that they've been doing, as well as the show in general. However, one of the first highlights came when she was asked how she feels about so many people wanting her to remain on New Jersey. She said, I suffer from imposter syndrome where I feel like I still don't belong. And it's like I still have to work for things. So when I get the love from fans, oh my God, I love it. And she explained that why she thinks so many people love her. She said, the one reason why I said I can't do the show is the main reason everyone loves me. It's because I'm just like them. I don't fit the Housewives mold. So in a way, it's really cool to see someone that's a little bit like themselves on this television show. And the conversation then became more serious when they discussed Danielle's husband being body shamed on the show. The interviewers especially mentioned how bad they felt for him watching the show during those times. Danielle said, when someone gets physical, that's never right. It's wrong. But you know the saying, words hurt just as much. The words cut like a knife. So sometimes it's worse. And what you guys saw was a fraction of what I endured at that table. It was the worst form of abuse you could ever think of. She then said it brought up a ton of negative feelings, and she worried about how he would take seeing it when it came to air. However, she then said that she regrets getting physical in that moment. Danielle also talked about the photo shoot that they did after. She said, I knew. I said, okay, I have a year to sit on my response, and this is what I'm going to do. And I had the photographer and the videographer, and it was such a peaceful set. And I said, Nate, trust us. We're going to make you feel comfortable and do right by you. They then discussed the possibility of the next season of New Jersey. Specifically, she was asked about her dream cast, and she said, there's no dream when you're thinking about this, because if it's not Jennifer Aiden, it's going to be somebody else. You know what I mean? It's just a reoccurring thing. It is what it is. And you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You got to pick up your big girl pants and say, let's go either way, whatever it is. But I wish people would talk more about the show than who's coming back. I don't ever want it to be the Danielle show. I always wanted to be a supporting character in the franchise. Well, that's a good way to look at it. Well, somebody who's not looking at things in such a positive way would be this direction. Thank you to All About the Real Housewives. Teresa Giudice is responding to Tamra Judge's negative comments about her. Oif. Ay, ay, ay. Now, in the past, Tamra has been very critical of Teresa, from shading her wedding special and comparing it to her own, saying that her special was better, explaining, sorry, Teresa, mine was 3 parts. Yours was 1. She also has called Teresa jailbird, forehead, and ding dong, to even commenting on Teresa's husband, Louis Ruelas, labeling him the worst house husband. So what does Teresa think? Well, speaking to Chantel and Roxanne on All About the Real Housewives podcast, she said, I mean, listen, Tamra, she's always got something to say about me, you know? But I mean, I get it. But it's like, I don't talk shit about her. It's like, stop, please, you know? Listen, I don't usually throw the first punch. That's what she said, admitting to throwing the first punch with her co-star Jackie Goldschneider, saying that that's one thing that she absolutely regrets. But even with the Tamra of it all, I know that Tamra gets paid a lot of money to have this shock effect and stuff. And, you know, I have a lot of opinions when it comes to the Teresa and Louis of it all, more so towards Louis, I would think, just because there's a lot of questions. It's not so much opinions, but I guess questions. And they're always going to get it. You're on a TV show. And I think that to think that people are always just going to love, love, love you, it's not the case. But I want to hear what you guys think. By the way, guys, I did announce yesterday that we are doing a new podcast called the Salty Podcast with Monica Garcia from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Here's the promo for it. Smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to comment on this video, and let's roll the promo.
Hey, Bravo lovers. This is Monica Garcia from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
And I'm Adam Newell from Up and Adam. Welcome to the Salty Podcast, where we spill all the latest Bravo gossip and dive deep behind the scenes.
From the drama in the Housewives world
to the juiciest headlines and entertainment, we've got you covered.
Each week, we'll break down the most shocking moments, share behind-the-scenes secrets, and give you our unfiltered opinions.
And trust us, things are about to get crazy.
We're bringing the heat, the tea, and all the shade, honey.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and join us for the Salty Podcast.
Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platform, and make sure you don't miss a single episode.
Because when it comes to Bravo and pop culture, we're spilling it all.
Switch it.
All right, guys. Well, go check it out. I love you guys. Happy Saturday, and we'll see you next time. Love you. Bye. First episode drop.